So we are back with another episode of upcoming mods for Fallout 4. As I kind of mentioned in my last video, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break this week. I still have a few videos that are work in progress, top 10 mods for Fallout 4, a Last of Us videos, things like that. But the past 6 months with me with school, YouTube, and then preparing for Christmas have been really busy, and I just need to, take it easy a little bit for the next few days. But I'm still going to be uploading videos, just probably not as many or not as high quality. Not that this is going to be low quality, but regardless, as I did say, we are back with upcoming mods for Fallout 4. What this is a series that basically shows you some currently work in progress mods by different mod authors in the community. You'll be able to find links to everything I show you in this video down below. I really recommend you guys check out those links, support some of these mod authors, whether it be a YouTube video or the Nexus page, or you could even consider donating to them if you're feeling super generous in this new year. It's right after Christmas time, so I imagine a few of you guys do have some extra money, maybe Christmas gifts. Well, you know what you could spend money on, or rather not spend money on? Amazon Prime. They're going to be sponsoring today's video, and more or less what I'm going to be shouting out is their 30-day Prime free trial. I imagine a lot of people didn't know they have a 30-day free trial. That's a long time. I'm sure some of you guys got Amazon gift cards for Christmas. Well, signing up for this free trial will enable you to use things like 2-day shipping for totally free, which I gotta say is pretty freaking awesome, as well as access to all the other things like Prime Video, Prime Music, as well as now their new Prime Delivery, where you could actually get same-day deliveries depending on your area. I'll have a link to that down below. Again, it's totally free. All you have to do is sign up for the trial. Then it is, of course, going to cost money, but 30 days is a long time. With that being said, let's just jump into the regular video. First, we're going to be taking a look at 2 new mods from Shoeburglar. This is a mod author that's produced a ton of content in the past, the China Lake being one of the most iconic and well-known of his releases. So he mentions on this first set that he was trying to create a light minigun or a handheld minigun similar to what we saw in the Predator series of movies. One other thing he does note that is actually pretty exciting is this is going to be part of a larger project, although it will probably come out as a standalone. I'm really curious as to what this larger project is. There's very few weapon packs for Fallout 4, like only 2 or 3 good ones that have actually been updated in the past 6 months. There's definitely a nice space opened for those, and I think having a new one would be really awesome. Then the second set of images, he actually mentions how he's going to be working on redoing the makeshift anti-material, as well as actually the plasma cycler. These are 2 of his older mods. I'm a huge fan of this anti-material. I personally love the look of it. I think it is one of the coolest mods for Fallout 4 right now, because it has a very Fallout theme and Fallout style. It feels like something that could have appeared naturally in the game, as well as just its implementation in the game makes a lot of sense. It fills a gap that was otherwise pretty void. He mentions with this Redux, he's actually going to bring new textures, attachments, and things like that to these 2 mods, so I'm really excited to see as more progress is made on that, and hopefully we'll get them in the first quarter of 2018. Next up, we actually have a upcoming update to Sierra 117. This, of course, being everybody's favorite armor from the previous Halo games. This new update is going to bring a few things. First and foremost, for female body types, it's just instantly going to fit better. In the current version that's out right now, the female and male variants are actually really similar. In the Halo games, that's not actually the case. The female variant is pretty distinct and much more petite, so it seems like in this new update, that's going to be brought into Fallout 4. In addition, there's actually going to be a few more color options, that being brown, pink, and orange, so you could truly create your red versus blue dreams in Fallout 4 if you want to, and a few other things such as better support for the vanilla Pip-Boy, as you can see in the background of these images. So we have a few updates to some of the mods being worked on by Scale. This is the mod author behind the Corpus Presidium armor that we got only just recently, as well as some other things like the Bozar, or one of the Bozars. So his new project is actually going to be a LSW, or light support. This is actually not going to be the L86A1 that it looks very similar to. We actually have one of those in Fallout 4 right now. This one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to obviously be taking some of the inspiration and parts from that, but at the same time actually inspiration from Fallout 2. It looks pretty cool. We obviously have a bunch of images going on here. I feel like a lot of them speak for themselves. But at the end of this post, he also says there are other updates coming to some of his different mods. For the Bozar, he is bringing updated textures, a new model, as well as new animations for that. For the Corpus Presidium armor, he's actually bringing a visual upgrade and new Institute weapons. That's really interesting to me. I'm excited to see where he goes with that, because Institute weapons aren't something we have a ton of. And then finally, his Colt 6520 is going to get a full rework of the model and textures. So all of this sounds really exciting. He does say he's going on vacation right now following the new year, so we'll probably see more updates from him later down this month. Then we actually have a different one. This is going to be an update to A Pluribus Unum. This is a mod we've been teased in the past. They actually released a laser in Fallout 4 a while ago. It seems like it's going to be one of those more overhaul quest mods. There's not too many details out there right now, but today we are getting a look at some of the sea life that is going to be available in this mod. First and foremost, we do have the jelly fission. Of course, taking the jellyfish, copying it with that scientific word fission. This looks really cool. It does say if you have your headlamp on, it'll actually attract it to you, but if your headlamp's off, they should pretty much ignore you. That's a pretty cool mechanic. I'm excited to see how that plays out. Obviously not being able to see, aka not having your headlamp on, is, a pretty big deal, but I guess if you do it temporarily, maybe you can get past these with relative ease. Then we have the mangler fish. What they describe this as is an enemy with a bright blue light that will basically attract you or other things towards it, and then as you get closer, it will attack you. As well as this does actually deal electric shock damage. Then we do have one of the passive enemies. It's going to be the giant tube worm. It says it does feed on volcanic vents, thus feeding off radiation, and if you actually kill it and take out some of the items within it, it will actually give you something that reduces your own radiation, probably similar to a Radaway. Then we actually have a skeleton. There's nothing really given beyond the fact that there's a walking skeleton. It's kind of hard to tell if this is underwater or just above ground at night. It almost looks like it's underwater, but who knows. And this part's actually interesting. So we here have Kellogg, of course, from Fallout 4 with a massive head. The description of this one says that you're actually hallucinating when you're experiencing this. So there might be a quest or maybe an item you can take that does cause hallucinations within this mod. And last but not least, we have a teaser of something with a tentacle. So I could assume a giant squid of sorts. Maybe this will be like one of the boss enemies that you can encounter, similar to like a mythic Deathclaw or something like that. Either way, looking really cool. I like this update. Fallout 4's underwater parts, well, they don't exist, despite there being pretty vast oceans at your disposal. So this mod hopefully bringing that full circle and actually giving us something to do in some of those areas. Then we actually do have the BISON S. This is going to be one of the things you could get in the Metro series of games. It probably looks pretty iconic to a lot of you. This one's a little bit different. Rather than just being an image and me talking about it, this is actually something you can download and experience in your game right now. It is very bare bones, not having any attachments or anything like that. It's really more of just a proof of concept as well as a work in progress, but it looks pretty good. It actually looks quite similar to the variant that was in the Metro series. I know a lot of people like Metro that also like Fallout. There's a lot of crossover between those two games, and there's always been a ton of clamoring to bring some of those features over, whether it be to Fallout or to Metro. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for this one. As always, again, I thank you guys for watching. You can find links to everything I just showed you down below if you want to click on them. But otherwise, hopefully you're enjoying 2018. The first video of 2018 is here, and hopefully we're going to have a pretty good year.